Thanks, Sandy. Hi, everyone. I'm Kirsty. I'm from the CSIRO Education and Outreach team, and I lead a team within Generation STEM to engage students in STEM opportunities to really highlight what's out there for them and really encourage them to move into STEM careers because they have the skills and the capability to do so, and they know the path that they want to take. So I've been working in STEM education for over a decade, both in the classroom and with industry. And the thread for me really is about showing students the opportunity, particularly from underrepresented groups, that they too can be involved in STEM and that STEM doesn't just look one way. It's really crucial for me that students see themselves out there in the world and people representing them so that they can see those pathways for them. I'm not going to go too much into Generation STEM right now because you're going to hear all about it, but I'll just pass to Percy.
Thank you. Happy Wednesday to all of you. I was born in India. I came in 1994. My Indian name is a bit hard, but everybody calls me Percy, so I'll make it easy. Everybody can call me Percy if they want to. I started manufacturing when I came here. Didn't do very well, so I decided to work for a manufacturing company. And then once I got more experience, I started to decide to do my own manufacturing. So I've been doing it for about more than 20 years now. And we produce a lot of innovative things every day, come up with new ideas, and which is very useful and feel very happy with that.
Terrific. Okay, so I'll just open, if I may. How are you, Kirsty, and the team building the STEM talent pipeline for new job opportunities in Western Sydney?
That's a great question. So CSIRO Education and Outreach have 35 years of experience in delivering STEM programs to teachers, students and the wider community. And in 2018, CSIRO was engaged to deliver a program that was funded by the New South Wales government. So it's a 10-year initiative, $25 million, because they noticed the need for building a bigger, stronger, more diverse pipeline in STEM. Together with the New South Wales government, industry and education, they really saw that need, and that's how Generation STEM was born. The aim of Generation STEM is very broad and it's very high level, but we're aiming to attract, support, train and retain New South Wales students in career pathways in STEM to show them the steps that they need to take to move into those STEM careers. We have location priorities across New South Wales. Western Sydney was actually our first location priority because it's all about the emerging STEM industries, the needs for the skilled people that are going to be, particularly in Western Sydney around Bradfield City Centre and the new airport. There's going to be a wealth of careers available to students on their doorstep, some that haven't even existed yet, so they need those skills to be able to move into those careers that are on their doorstep. So we have two programs that we look at the drop-off points in the pipeline. The first is Year 9 and 10 students when they're going to their subject selection, HSC or VET subjects. It's a real drop-off for STEM, so often that's because of a lack of awareness. They don't know what careers are out there and they don't know what steps they need to take with their subject selection to get into STEM. That's the first program. I believe we had a video to show about the Community Partnerships program. Someone's going to play it for me, I hope. It's coming. So the STEM Community Partnerships program has been going for 4 years in Western Sydney, and this year we've got 80 schools across Western Sydney and about 2,000 students.
It's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, and the important thing there is they're addressing real-world problems and local problems identified by local industry. So that's the first drop-off in the pipeline. The second drop-off we're looking at is the transition to employment. So from tertiary education, whether vet or university, students going into a work placement with industry so they can really build those work readiness skills so they're more employable when they finish their qualification. And with that, it also exposes students to potential employers and vice versa. So looking at those two drop-offs, we're hopefully going to build a big talent pool for your businesses in Western Sydney and for the prosperity of the region as a whole.
Wow, very impressive. Okay, so I'll go to you, Percy. So what do you believe the current trends are in STEM education?
What I feel is like, STEM is what they're doing is very good, but getting children, because they're the future for us, it's rather than telling them to be doing something which is already developed, should be more into giving them like real-time projects where they can come and learn more and work from the scratch, not from what has already been developed. So that's what I think it should be very important.
Would you like to add
Yeah,
to
I
that?
can absolutely add to that. So it is about the real world context and bringing industry into the classroom. So those contemporary practices are being embedded for these students so that what they're doing in the classroom is what is going on in the outside world. And it's not just something that they have to do in the classroom because the teacher has told them they have to do so. It's also about getting hands-on, finding out what's out there in industry with work experience and site visits and things like that. But underpinning all of that is awareness of careers and relevance. So it's all very well being aware of what careers are out there, but what local careers are there and what other emerging STEM industries in their local area, and letting them know that the opportunities on their own doorstep, it makes it much more tangible for them.
I'll go to you again, Percy, if I may. So how do you feel we can drive greater gender diversity with STEM careers?
So I'll continue to say Australian government is spending a lot of money on, even like NASA is coming to Australia now and spending billions of dollars. It's a very good future for our young kids as well. For them, it's like, rather than doing things like Lego, they should be doing more like real-time projects like robotics and IoT. There's a lot better future with that. So the only thing is they need to come and see themselves. They need to be happy. They have to feel like there's a lot of fun there. And then they think like, yes, this is that really we want to do more and get more excited and do it.
Terrific. Would you like to?
I think I'll add to that, being able to see themselves, role models out there. So we're encouraging women in STEM to really motivate and inspire the next generation of women in STEM, but also looking at the research that says that girls are more engaged when they're working on real world problems. So as shown in that video there, they want to know they're making an impact with their STEM skills and they're not abstract. So with the Community Partnerships program, they're working on problems set by industry, and they get the opportunity to feed that back, their solutions back to industry at the end of the year. So they really are aware that they can have a positive impact on their community, and the research does show that girls are more likely to go into STEM if they can see that. We've mentioned role models a number of times, so having STEM professionals in the classroom and connecting in with teachers so that students can see themselves and see it as a real viable opportunity for them. I think the other thing as well is site visits, work experience. Let's get students out there and see what they are. They might not see the career that they're going to do because it's possible that that's not been invented yet, but they see what the world of work looks like, and they might see something they think, I didn't even know that existed. That's something that I want to find out more. So getting them to explore the real world. And the final thing, particularly with tertiary education, is feeding back into the education space. You guys know what's happening. You know what the contemporary practices are. So let's get them back into the education system so that what students are learning is really relevant, and therefore they become a lot more employable when they leave their qualification.
No, in addition to that, let's give you one small example. I went to, there was a robotic tournament. I went to Macquarie University. This was like 2 years ago, and there were young girls. They were like making like very innovative like robots, and there was one girl I was talking to. She was only like, I think she'll be like probably year 5 or year 6, not more than that. And she said she made like from a water bottle, she made like a sensor like a robot. So if her brother opens the door of the wardrobe, it will get a sense alarm. So that's also creative, really, from doing it from the scratch, like not like things. So in addition to what you said, site tours, which is very good. So there's a manufacturing expo happening here, but schools should be also bringing the students to come and visit that, so they can get excited from the start now, not like just like, okay, there's a lot of opportunities, but if they come to these events and these exhibitions, there'll be a lot more to learn and understand there.
I'd have to agree with that. Actually, I brought my sons here quite a few years ago when I was with i3Net, and I've got one studying civil engineering, one who's looking to be a helicopter pilot, and the third one's out for the count at the minute. He's year 10 picking electives. So it's really important, I think, that they get as much exposure to all the different things that are available. It can be overwhelming, but I think parents have a really important part to play in this. We're still their biggest advocate and their biggest go-to. Despite the fact they may not share other things with us, they really do lean on us to understand what's there. So when the goal is to inspire the next generation, in your opinion, what works best? Yep.
Yep. So it's really about being aspirational for these students and showing them all of the possibilities and not limiting them by teacher knowledge or parent knowledge. Getting hands-on and being in the real world really does show them, but also letting them believe that they can make their own career path by taking advantage of the opportunities that are out there. We're in a position, as Peter said earlier, students are going to be able to pick their career and tell their supervisors where they want to go. So let's let them realise that and realise that the opportunities are out there and they just need to take them.
So there's no set answer to this question. Like, it's mainly like, we should be doing maximum to get our kids educated, get them like, make them like, so it's like education should be like a fun, like, say just what I was saying before, like, say that school should be working on, like, we're going to have a fun day today, we're going out for excursion, for learning to and explore like that. So things like that to make it like a fun, learning as a fun. So then they say, oh, this is very cool, we want to learn more. So that kind of stuff is very good. But it's not like one particular, not set answer for this.
Yeah, I agree. There's no silver bullet, is there? I think careers fairs have a time and place, but it's really hard to get excited at those type of activities. So I think, yeah, getting out there and actually exploring what's happening in the workplace and having exposure and getting some mentors from business to come into the schools and sort of talking about these amazing opportunities. And it's pretty exciting when we don't even know half the jobs that are coming up.
So there's a world outside the books as well, like practical is very important. And so theory is very good, but practical is as good as well.
I agree. Okay, so how has your involvement in Generation STEM program benefited you, Percy?
It's not always to what benefits me. Like, I get satisfaction, and actually I learn a lot when I'm talking to the younger kids. It's a lot to learn from them when you're communicating. It increases my communication skills. And when you reach certain age, it's not always what you get, it's always to what can you give back.